How's it going, folks? Alright, we're back at some things here. Forgot to get the camera out, but I put the clutch cover back on. Everything's fine. Okay, here's the deal with those springs. They have two different part numbers for those springs. One's measuring about 28 millimeters. The other one is, I think, about 35. And it's just, you know, clamping force to keep it from slipping. So I'm going to go with what I got. Worst case, down the road, and, you know, if I feel the clutch is slipping, then I'll get stiffer springs. But the clutch plates are all new, as we've seen previously. They all measured out, but like pretty much brand new. All right, I have a theory here. Follow along with me. Somebody put the clutch in. They replaced the discs. This is a new penny right there. My guess is whoever did this, they used a penny, obviously, and forgot that the penny was in there, and it got down into, you know, the engine. So it was rattling around. I'm sure it was making a racket. So this thing was probably parked. That's my theory, as a result of that penny. And it broke off two of those teeth. I'm not overly concerned about the teeth. There's a lot of teeth on there. I was checking out the diagrams and everything. You know, I can always revisit that later. So I am not worried about the teeth. But what else do we got here? Okay, we got the side covers. I put those in the ultrasonic. Those are all clean. And I don't know, I may get some silver paint and touch those three up. Of course, I'll have to grind off the lacquer or whatever they have on these. And I've got the rear turn signals sitting in some, and the bolts for the cover right there. I got those sitting in some evapor rust. So we'll come back and we'll revisit this and see what it looks like. The other one is over here in another bucket. I got the mirrors sitting down there. I'm going to buy new mirrors. They're pretty shot. I did mess around with that bracket right there because that rear one was bent. So I heated that up a little bit and unbent it. I think it's looking pretty good. Okay, one thing that I did get, because a weakness in the electronics in these is the rectifier and ignition thing. So I got this from Common Motor, which replaces the yeah, those things, brain fart. So I don't know exactly how that thing comes out of there, but what I'm going to do is, I'll bring you around here. That's Bonnie. She's camera shy. Okay, rear fender here. Unhook the lights, and you know, surprisingly, this bike is really complete. And for the year, I'm not complaining. It's in pretty damn good shape. It's a little dirty, rusty, you know, stuff like that. But this rear, move my camera around here so I can see. Ooh, I think I'm upside down. Yep. Okay, this wire here should go up underneath the fender and then up through this grommet and then into this harness here. So that needs to be corrected. Besides, there was electrical tape here. There's electrical tape here, and I think I do have some green wire that will match that. So we'll deal with that. But I think what I want to do is I want to take. I'm just dorking while I'm waiting on what? Oh, Kane. Thank you very much, Kane. He has got a set of rings because those rings, as we measured out, were wrong. So I'm sending those back. Those people crack me up on eBay. You know, keep them and sell them or whatever. I was like, no, give me my freaking money back. You know, that's not the advertised part. Doesn't fit that bike at all. So anyway, I'm going to take the battery box out so I can soak that in some evapor rust and then clean that up, get that painted. Then I want to see about I want to see about taking this rear fender off, you know, so I can kind of assess, you know, how it's looking. Let me get you. I don't even know where you're at. Let's see here. Yeah, you can see. When I turn my screen around, it likes to flip me upside down. So that looks like it's a 10 mil maybe. Let's see. For the battery box. No, it's not. No, that's an 11. Sorry. It is a 10. Imagine that. And I want to see about getting that rectifier out of there. It is, I don't know, you can see me pointing down. It's up under the frame there. So we're going to see how much of a pain that is to get out. And that way I can get some of this stuff off here and kind of clean it up while I'm just waiting to do other things. Wait for those rings. Kane said he dropped them in the mail today. So, you know, like I said, I wish I could, you know, I wish I had a vapor blaster. I think there's a guy over in Cincinnati that does it. I think he charges like 75 bucks, which, I don't know. I guess that's not a bad deal. I'd like to take it over there, maybe get a hold of the guy and get it cleaned up before I put this engine back together. And let's see, is this going to come right out of here? Yes. Okay, so what do we got attached to this thing? We have the fuse. Stick that down in the old pocket. Okay, we got the starter switch. We have got the fuse. Let's see if I can get this up out of here without disconnecting all that stuff. I don't think I'm going to be able to. Okay, so where's my bag? So if I get that out of there, so just remind me, guys, that the, I'm guessing that's the negative. What else is connected to this thing? But I can clean that up too. Okay, so I guess technically I could disconnect the wire here and leave that all connected. No, I cannot. I'm going to take that off too. I just need to remember what goes where. This positive goes on the right side. And the negative looks like it goes on the left. It may be marked, I don't know, I can't tell, it's pretty dirty. Come on, screw, get back on here. And where is that wire going? That wire is going into the yellow with a red stripe. Is going into this other yellow with a red stripe. pull it apart. And then we have, what else do we have? We have ground. That's the yellow with the red. Yep, then we got a ground. Well, I don't know if it's a ground on these bikes because a lot of times the grounds are green. So that's there, that's there. And that's out. I don't see any markings on it, but it is out. So I will throw that in the bag. It'll fit in my bag, it may not fit. I'm going to keep all this stuff together. Look at that. Fits like a glove. Okay, so that's out of the way. What else we got down here? Everything else is... I think that's the turn signal relay right there. I think that's what that is. Those wires look good. So we'll be careful with those. We got more wires going down to the brake switch. And that switch there. So let's see if there's a 10 mil under this rubber thing for the seat. And let's see if that will be enough to remove that. Probably ought to take off that seat mount, the seat spring. Let's get this out here first. See if it comes out. Okay, that come out as one piece. Ooh, where did that wiring go? That goes to a switch right there. Now, supposedly, I need to double check on their website. That one piece replaces this, and if you can see down, you should be able to see it. Man, I'm just drawing a blank on what the hell that part's called. But anyway, it replaces that one piece that I just showed you, replaces both of those. So, we'll see, Ted. I guess I could go ahead and take off the seat bracket. And see what we're left with. We've got the rear light back, or the brake light hooked up still, but I don't know, and I don't see any other bolts holding this rear fender on other than these two in the back. You got one here. I don't think that's just a ground, the strap for the turn signals. Old broken seat thingy. That's garbage. Okay, so if we take off this seat bracket, let's see what we got here. Man, I don't there we go. Wanting to spin on there. It's not broke. Let me grab that other thin 10 mil I had. wherever I put that. What are these frickin' spiders, man? I've got it here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Although it is pretty warm in here today. Pretty warm outside today. There we go. It's loose. We have another thing over there. We'll put this in there. And clean these parts up. Okay. Let me get that. We'll throw this in the bin. In the bag. We got all of our parts. Okay, so we got that off. That's out of the way. What did I just do with that piece? I wanted to see how long of a wire we got with it. Claims it's plug and play. Let's see here. Is it going to plug in? Let's see here. Can you see me? I don't know if you can see me. No. This is, I think I might have to change the end on this. Okay, here is the original one. Here is the new one. And it did come with another connector. Okay, so yes, it came with another connector, so I'm going to have to pop the pins out. And I think I'll be able to leave the ends on it. Will I? Maybe not. No. I'm gonna have to put the, but it came with, here I'll show you. It came with another head. So I'm gonna have to pop these pins out. And it does come with the spade connectors, whatever you want to call these things. Those. Alright, so that'll be a project for another day. But, in the meantime, we'll just snap it back in place. That way we don't lose things. There we go. Okay. Alright. Now, let me get my flashlight because I want to see if that fender is held on by anything else. Let's see here. I don't see any screws underneath, except these ones in the back. I see no other bolts. I see nothing. This inner fender piece looks like it's just part of the frame, so that doesn't come off. Well, that's going to be a real pain in the butt to clean. Listen to me not cussing over here. Okay, so stick that there. We'll get rid of that 10 mil. And doesn't look like the rear shocks are attached to any of that. I have no idea what this screw goes to, but we're about to find out. I think it's the, I think it holds the fender on, the back part of this fender. We're about to find out. Yep, I see chrome underneath there. Okay, so let me get me another baggie. I got one there, it's not being used. And these, let's take off, what are we taking off? That was a damn pocket. This back brake thing, like cable. So that's just a green, and it goes into the green. Okay, so we can disconnect that. Then we have another brown that goes to brown, and another green with a yellow stripe that goes to a green with a yellow stripe. So that's disconnected. That's disconnected. All right. Now these back here. Let's turn it around a little bit. That maybe a 17, 18 mil. We're about to find out. That is a, survey says 17 mil. And we're going to see if this whole back fender comes off as one piece. That's a honking bolt. Surely there can't be 3 bolts holding this whole back fender on. There are no lock nuts. The seat mounts connect into that. Let's see here. Am I missing anything? Maybe I am. Can't tell. I can't see any of their bolts. That, yeah, that one bolt right here, that's just for that brake thing. Let's see here. Is there anything up under here? I don't see anything up underneath it. So maybe it just slides out somehow. Feels like, oh, I see it. There is another one. There is this tab here. Got it. That tab was bent over, part of the wire loomy holding thingy. Ooh. Okay, so we'll put that in our pile of parts. Now it should come out. Look at that. Well, that's going to make it easier, way easier to clean it. Of course, I got to take this rear light off, which I'll do that at another time. That's going to have to be, well, I'll show you. Up under here is going to have to be, I'll have to soak this thing good. Then I'll have to take this rear light off, clean it up, repaint it black. I'll just leave the light and everything on it for now. I will take this stuff and move it over to the other side of the garage so it's not in the way. That way I can kind of get to some of this stuff. Okay, so what else we got? I mean, I'm not taking them off today, but we got rear shocks, we got the chain guard. We have the toolbox. Ow, whacked myself in the head. So yeah, we got the toolbox here. That's a 10 mil. Let me, because that thing's a mess. So let me put these in the bag and mark its seat. Fender, I mean. Okay, so I think I'm going to need a little bit longer extension for to get up inside there and get this little tool holder out. Let's see if I can fit. Yeah, it's coming out. Got the chain guard. Let's see where that bolts on. Get all this stuff out of the way. That way we can clean it and paint. It doesn't look like it has a grease fitting for the swing arm. There is a rubber bushing there, and it looks fine. So I'll have to start going through my parts and soaking stuff as needed. Alright, so we've got the voltage regulator. That's the name I kept forgetting. Oh, sorry, man. Here I am yammering on. You guys can't even, you're looking at the wrong part of the frickin' bike. Dude, I swear, I'll lose my head. Okay, what I did just take out, all this stuff around. Screen in here. I took out the toolbox, and we got the fender out. Yeah, so I need to bag the toolbox up because it's just the 2 screws. Then we could go ahead and take that off. This is cable going to the starter. That's where that goes. I don't know if I'll be able to pull that up through there. We're going to find out. I don't think it's going to fit through that hole. And the boot, I don't think the boot's, well, it might. Let's see here. Let's see if I can get the boot side through. See if I can just pull the boot off of it. I don't think so. It might come off. Let's see if it'll come off. I don't want to rip it off, but it ain't gonna go. Let's see. See if I can go back the other way. And it's pretty pliable. So if this works, remember guys, this is how it goes. It goes, the starter side will go back in first. All right, starter cable's out. It don't look too bad. I'm gonna wrap that in some stuff. All right, so what do we got left down here? On this side, we've got a ton of gunk. We got foot pegs. Those are attached to a bracket that, is there a bolt there? Yeah, there's a bolt there, a bolt there. What about the chain guard? I think we can get the chain guard off without too much fuss. I think I'm going to need that another 10 mil though. I guess I could bring you around this way. Let's go for a ride. Of course, my big old head's going to be in your way. Actually get this with a gear wrench. Yeah, I got it. I don't know if there's another bolt. I think there is. Somewhere. See it. Are you kidding me, man? I think I might take it. Can't tell if... Nah, it's through there. I need an extension though. If I can even reach that. Yeah, I should be able to. Should we? Are you gonna stay? Let's see here. Yeah, man, I'm pretty. Yeah, let me get on the nut. I'm pretty stoked with how complete this thing is. There's one back here. I'll be even more stoked if the engine comes back to life, which I'm hoping. I need a small bag for this chain guard. Ugh. Oh my God. That's disgusting. Years of oil. Oh well, we can clean it. Put that in my pile of parts. I need a small bag, so I don't lose. I need a sandwich bag. I'll go get a sandwich bag here in a minute. I'll put them right there. Okay, guys, what else we got? I did show you my other kickstand. That needs to be taken off, cleaned up, painted. Well, I guess we could. I mean, all these wires are marked, so because we had green, yellow, and black coming off of the wiring harness. Oh, do we have anything on this side? Oh, yeah, I was sitting here looking at this bracket down here. It's like, what the hell that's meant to, something's meant to bolt there. The exhaust. Silly me. Ooh, that's going to take some cleaning, man. That is going to take some cleaning. Now, I'm not quite ready to take the back wheel and stuff off yet. I don't want to lose this little doohickey. It's that little plastic cover thing. It goes back here somewhere. I'll stick it over the wire. That ain't where it goes, but we'll figure that out later. Okay, so, man, yeah. I'm looking over on this side to see if there's any Zerk fittings, you know, for greasing. And it does not look like it. I see a ton of crud. I did leave the screws into the frame for the air filters. There's two, one for each side. And supposedly, with that new piece, you can just unhook this and you don't need it. So, what the hell? We're here, right? Let's take it off. Anyway, I got you guys to remind me what goes where. Just remind me to get a Ziploc bag, sandwich bag for those chain guard bolts. I know I'm probably in your way. You know, though, I could take off the back wheel, clean this up, and you know what? I think Sunday is my last day of decent weather here, so that might be a good time to clean this even better before we go back to freezing weather. Man, that won't come out of there. See, I can turn around and sell that part on eBay for like $1 million. Recoup some of my money. Maybe. Come on. Alright, so if we're going to replace that, black, green, and yellow. That's in the pile of parts. Okay, so that's a lot of the stuff in the back. Still got foot pegs. We got a back wheel. We got shocks. Have to scrub the crap out of all that and get all the gunk off of it. I still got to take the center stand off. That thing, I think that thing's tweaked, because if you look, the bike is sitting on it now, but look how it rocks back and forth quite a bit. So I don't know if it's got tweaked, but I mean, it holds the bike, so I guess it don't matter. And then as we move towards the front, you know, we've got the wiring harness here, which is not horrible, so I don't think I'm going to bother with rewrapping that. Besides, I've got some of that cloth wrap. I can wrap it with that, and it looks okay going up to the front. It's got a few cracks in it, but we can wrap that. Take the ignition switch off. Yeah, we're making some progress. All right, so we've been at this now for like 45 minutes, guys. Man, time flies when you're having fun. All right, I'm gonna go get me a sandwich bag. Mark that, and then bring it back. So, back in a flash. All right, folks, we are back at it. We're going to take off the back wheel. And I don't think that's going to present too many issues. We do need to get the brake line off. Let's see where these end up going. I can see up inside there. You guys ain't going to be able to see up inside there. But there is a nut with a cotter pin. That ought to be fun to get. Well, it won't be so bad once I get the back wheel off. There's another cotter pin. Got a big old cotter pin over here. And we are on the side stand, so let's see if that help you with the light. I can't tell. So let's go ahead and remove this brake cable. That is a 14 mil. Yeah, because once we get to the back wheel, we'll check the brakes and readjust, replace pads if necessary. I'm just going to loosen it up a little bit and take this off. And of course it's, there we go. Yeah, we'll clean all this stuff up. Got a bag over there, we'll put all this rear brake stuff on it. loosen up the adjuster. Probably should get me another 10. I got a pair of needle nose because I'm going to use that to take off the cotter pins. And that's alright, we'll just unscrew it. That bolt, actually it's kind of thin. Okay, got that, got that. Let's get this, see if we can get this cotter pin out of here without it breaking. Looks pretty crusty. Let's just break it off. Yeah, I know. My big head's probably in the way again. Yeah, I could probably move you guys over another way. Let me get that little pick. We'll pick this off here. Here, I got me one of these mats here. Might as well just use that to sit on. I tell you what, I got these little mats you see me just throw down here. Of course, you know I got my cats in here. And if they're going to puke, trust me, they're going to puke on mat. Which, the only one who's really a puker is Daisy. I think it's spinning. Nope. Okay, so we got a nut and a washer for that stay right there. And I don't know if you can see, these cross each other, the brake cable and the stay here, they cross over each other. So I got to keep that in mind when I put this stuff back together. Let's see if I can, I should have got me a screwdriver while I was at it to pry that off of there. Yeah, you think I got every tool I need, and I never do. Let's see if that'll work. No. Got a ton of dirt in here though. All right. Alright, so here's the deal. What I'm going to do, those bushings look kind of shot. The shock bushings. I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to lightly sand it. And I'm going to go around and just touch up things. And maybe hit it with a little black spray paint. Chewed up in here? It's about there. That should swing out. I'll tell you what, threads on that thing look chewed up. We'll look closer once we get the wheel off. Unless it's got an intentional flat spot in it, and it may, for orientation. Well, guys, that is stuck. I know. Big head's in order. No, it has an intentional flat spot at the top here. Hopefully you can see it. And that's where this opening sits over. Okay, so that's off. That's off. We've got a very big cotter pin over here. Let's see if we can tack this up. Almost got it. Okay, so there is the cotter pin. We do need to, I'm going to temporarily put this washer back on here. And this nut, so I don't lose track of where it goes. Even though I do have this video, and I can look back and see what goes where. Alright, I'm loosening the adjusting nut on the other side. I'm just looking to make sure it looks straight, and it does. This center stand, like I said previously, it's not contacting the ground, so when I get to the point to take that off, I need to figure out why. Pretty positive it's supposed to raise the back wheel off the ground, but it might be bent. Alright, so we need to loosen this axle nut. Which, what size is that? 18 maybe? It's bigger than that. It's bigger than a 19. Okay, so we got the axle nut, which is bigger than a 19. 21 maybe? I don't know. Let me get some bigger sockets and we'll see. So we got a 22 and a 24. And a 22 it is. Yep. Alright, so let's buzz that off. sucker was on there a bit tight. Alright, so I need the plastic hammer. Take the axle nut out. Maybe. Maybe not. Let's see if I can spin it with this screwdriver. No, I need a Phillips. Jeez, guys. You think I have everything I need? See if a Phillips will fit down in there. That sucker's in there tight. See if I can get that thing to spin. Well, that sucker's in there. Still ain't moving. Wrong one. Doesn't fit. Need a longer Phillips. Well, okay. Tell you what, the inside of that, I'll show you once we get it off here. The inside of this other left-hand side shock is a bit chowdered up, so I'm guessing at some point the chain came off, whacked the crap out of it. That don't look bad. But that should move, and it's not. And there is no other bolt. The adjuster on the other side is loose, and this one is not. So don't worry, it's got a beveled end over there. I ain't worried about mushrooming the end of it. Definitely need a little grease in there. Let me see if I can just take that off. And we'll put it right back on. I have the, yeah, that thing's a bit bent. And might want to run a thread chaser through that. And get me a new nut. Okay. Well, that sucker is in there. Doesn't look like there in the maybe there is. Nah, it kind of looked like there was a nut on the inner part. There is not. So I'm just going to have to, no, it's just dust. Okay. I guess I can put the nut back on. Just in case it gets mushroomed, which I don't think it will. That is just stupid tight. Okay. It's a little more loose. Moving. I wonder if I'd put that little jack under there, and I don't think it matters. Get this wheel off the ground, but. Washer. Okay. Be right back. I'm gonna go flip that chain guard. All right, got my piece flipped. I think this thing is going to take a little persuasion. So let's persuade it. I mean, I can bring you. Nah, I'll leave you right there. I'm just on the other side here with this axle nut. I don't think it is even budging. Man, that sucker is in there tight. I really don't want to hit it with a, I don't want to mushroom the end of it. But I do have the axle nut on it, so let me spin that around the other, see if it'll go the other direction. Let's see here. Let me find my little sledgehammer. Maybe it's just a little stuck. I think that did it. See if we can spin it out. Definitely a little stuck in there. No. I really hate beating on things if I don't need to. But I think I need to. You can give me a punch. I don't know if there's a nipple on the end of that or not. Nope. I really like to find something with flat. I don't think I have a brass punch. You know, guys, I need to buy me a brass punch. With a flat hand. Well, that worked out good. Well. Be nice if I could shoot some PB blaster down inside there, but I cannot. And I need a flat punch. I don't think I have one. Okay. Let's see here. What else can I use? So I can't use the nut. And that is just spinning. See if I can loosen it up a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Can't really tell. So let me see what I come up with. I don't want to bore you guys. So I'll be right back.